Okay, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. I videotaped this morning a session that Alan Rayner had got going, but I'm getting stuck into some video editing that John Walton wanted me to do. You know, it's awful really because there was a nappy changing, and people are very fussy about what can be shown with nappy changing. So I'm trying to wait. It's awful. It's awful. So I'm trying
Of
to,
course they are.
yeah, right. I'm trying to pixelate out. You know, and oh God, it's a hell of a trouble. Anyway, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How are we for tomorrow? Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm a little hyper because I'm worrying about whether we've done enough and they're feeling confident enough, and so that's kind of my internal pressure.
Yeah.
I've kind of got three foci for tomorrow. One is I want them to bring what they've written to date and get a response from one other.
Good.
The literature is worrying me a bit because I'm feeling like maybe they aren't on the inside of enough of the relevant literature. And so what I've been doing, I mean, they're going to do a good chunk of time in a small group discussing some of the literature.
Okay.
With the emphasis on our paper, her and Anderson, they've done Brubaker, Jean's, both her story and her PD planner, and McClure.
Good. Very good.
But so what I've been doing is I've been doing kind of slides on the essence of what's in this paper. Oh, and your paper responding to Cresswell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to emphasize that drawing on the insights of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll make a point of that one. And then the third is, what's their next steps? Because they have this final paper to write for me, and I've given them a number of criteria, so they can do their own self-assessments. And that's the other piece that I'm really trying to emphasize is that they need to be the judges of the quality of their own work.
Okay.
Which is still, it's kind of like Nathan Brubaker's experience with teaching thinking in the classroom.
Yeah.
That that they don't experience that very often in other contexts.
Yeah.
And so it's a kind of a large step to have the confidence to say, I know how my work should be judged, and I am the best judge of my work, but I'm still trying to get that kind of confidence in them. And then the third is the next steps. So those are the three main pieces tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'm really curious about the second one where somebody wrote to me. I gave a staff seminar at Bath Spa University a couple of nights ago. And she's just written to say, what I think I'm saying is that I see evidence of what I interpret as passionate resonance throughout the setting. And she's been out to a particular kind of nursery within the community, and she's talking about it promoting community cohesion. And she's talking about this passionate resident that I want to explore as I consider it potentially integral to the setting's success in promoting the inclusive values which align with a cohesive community. Yeah? Now, isn't it lovely? And she was very uncertain in the seminar, but she's written this really lovely response which highlights the kind of values that she wants to use, in accounting to herself for her influence. So it's rather like this with your students, isn't it? That they get a bit hung up on what it is to be critical in the traditional academic sense, and sometimes can miss that they are the experts in their own knowledge and their own values. So it'd be interesting to see what sense they make of being accountable, not just to the traditional academic standards and the scholarship, but to themselves, saying, well, I'm trying to live these values. I understand some of them, and here is how I think I ought to be accountable. But difficult.
Well, it's a pretty important learning.
Yeah.
That if I've missed it, or if I haven't encouraged it enough, I mean, I won't get that culture of inquiry, because they'll still be looking for me, to say, that's good.
Yeah.
Where I want them to say to themselves, this really resonates with me, that this is really, seminal to the kind of person I want to be in the world and how I want to improve things. So.
Yeah, no. No, I know I always have that tension, when there's a group and you're getting towards the end and you're wondering, are they going to integrate sufficiently insights from the ideas of others, don't you? And are they going to have the confidence to explain the nature of their influence and to see that this is vital in terms of offering the criteria they use to judge themselves and what they're doing? So it's going to be fascinating just to see what emerges tomorrow and then in their final submission. No, that's really clear in terms of those three areas that you're going to focus on. And would you like, on Monday perhaps, should we, just have a review? Because on Sunday, I'm over in London with my brother, so Monday would be okay. How does that look to you? Should we just check?
Well, I golf in the morning, right? Yeah. So.
Okay.
So it would have to be late in your day.
So you say, do you want to give me a time? Because I can be flexible on Monday. So if you were to say when you'd like me around. Yeah, I've got my diary.
1 o'clock my time is 6 o'clock your time, right?
Yep, that's okay. So if I put 6 o'clock in, yeah? Okay, 1800, Jackie. That's great. I really look forward to just seeing, the development here, because you're clear about the foci that you really want to, just bring up tomorrow. And there's been this real developmental process at work. So it's going to be really interesting, isn't it? And I know you're tense about it. And I always am, but it's fascinating, just that development in their learning and what they're bringing in. That feels really good.
I feel an obligation, a responsibility for helping moving their confidence in their knowledge along. And so I hope I've been clear in that intention.
Yeah, I also feel, as well as that sense of developing a culture of inquiry, which is always crucial to your pedagogy, I also think you've got that sense that I noticed in Yvonne Grotti in Ireland of excellence. So, again, as having that responsibility, to them, and it always seems to be moved by your own, not impositional sense of excellence, but wanting them to feel that what they're doing is the best that they can do and be. So there's that as well as the responsibilities. Do you feel that, or am I imposing that?
Absolutely. I want there to be pleasure in this. It should be a kind of experience that's lifting.
Yeah.
I'm going to show a little video clip that's probably wouldn't be something you'd be interested in, but it's a video clip of a flash mob dance.
Okay.
And the music is I Believe. And it's not religious. It's just a faith in others. Or faith in yourself. And so that's the first thing I'm going to show them.
Is that on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Because if you could send me the YouTube, I'll have a look at that. Because, again, I think there will be something in there that communicates that energy of yours. Also the pleasure, the faith in the other. So that would be really good to see that linked in with the responsibility. And as I say, I do think you have got the sense of excellence. So please do send that, because I think that's important.
Okay. I did review a paper, a journal article for eJolts this week.
Good.
Which was from one of the students of Yvonne. And in it, she uses animation as a way of teaching.
Yeah.
And what I said to her was, the problem I have with the animation is it's hard for me to feel that life-affirming energy.
Right.
And I don't know if I said to her, I don't know if there's a solution for that.
Yeah.
And my own experience is only with videotaping, people, real people and real situations. But I as that being a seminal part of living theory, how do you assess then animation?
Yeah. You know, I agree with you, because there comes a point where I think you've got to move beyond animation into the real life, and then doing what you're doing, which is with the song, with the humour, with the pleasure, in the context, with the students, and then showing how that actually is being evoked with the students. So there is a limitation with that animation and the visual resource, but they've got a skill that they hadn't had before in relation to doing what they're doing, you know. So it's fascinating, isn't it, where you say, well, that's really good in its own right, and then you really do need to see that something is being omitted from this. Yeah.
Well, that was my response.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good to hear that you have the kind of the same impression.
Oh, yes, very much.
Is there a solution? I mean, is there a solution whereby, I mean, when I go to, like, I went to Avatar, for example.
Yeah.
And while I didn't identify as much as I would have with real people, I did feel some identity.
Yeah.
I was drawn into the story, so that obviously I must have been buying into it to some degree.
Yeah. Well, you can do if you think of the cartoon film Bambi. And there's quite a lot of emotion evoked, you know, through those animations, and sometimes with the music as well. So I think these can contribute to it, but to show our meanings, it's like when there is the laughter that you have with the group at one point and early on, and it feels, look, this is the pleasure we're talking about. And yeah, you might be able to represent it in animation, but look, this is the real thing.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Great.
So look forward to seeing you Monday.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, ta-da.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, and you. Bye-bye then.
Bye-bye.